This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of September 14th, 2020. We're all feeling the Mars retrograde. You feisty? You seeing feisty behavior? You seeing feisty behavior particularly in people who have pretty strong cardinal placements in their chart? You seeing people digging holes for themselves and maybe not even acknowledging or noticing that they're digging said holes? Well, and there's also a lot of positive aspects to this retrograde, and probably you have felt some of those as well. There is incentive and motivation and energy to tackle a lot of things, to tackle projects, to tackle yourself, and not necessarily do it alone. We are in a gregarious, let's connect with people kind of mode. This week, we have many opportunities to get clear and get down to work. Yes, folks, Mars retrograde does not mean that progress doesn't happen. Very likely progress is going to have a streak that is somehow associated with the past. Cleaning up old stuff, making progress on things that have been buried or stalled or cast aside. And boy, what a week we have on tap. It starts with psychic surgery. It starts with getting really clear about some aspect of ourselves or stripping away trappings that don't really fit who we are anymore. There is an element of getting very focused about who we are at this point in time, reprioritizing, stepping into that power, and just accepting it as the sun trines Pluto. On a collective level, this could bring big secrets to the surface and people getting very motivated by their disclosure. The other change agent gets into the act the very next day. Breakthroughs, different ways of looking at things, getting blasted out of stuck places. Boy, that would be great, huh? As Venus, goddess of love and creativity and money and all we value, is in a challenging aspect with radical change agent Uranus, and the sparks and lightning that flies off of this square just knock a lot of things open, loose, apart. These first two aspects of the week could find you dropping something, just letting go of something, something that maybe has defined you or defined your life for a long time. If you have a relationship on life support, this is pulling the plug energy, and it doesn't have sorrow attached to it. The grieving has already occurred. Instead, whatever this brings comes with a sense of relief, an understanding of how it's a good thing, and a willingness to just move on. And there's so much to think and talk about. The Virgo new moon on the 17th is phenomenally chatty. The information flow is off the charts, and ideas are flying. Things are now being considered possible that maybe we didn't see as possible before. Mercury, communication god, ruler of Virgo, is in a square with Jupiter, the guy who ups the ante of any action that he's associated with. This is more, mushrooming. If you get one idea, you get 15, you get 30. Now, there are choices to be made. This new moon comes with an elephant. Well, that's funny. I was starting to say this new moon comes with an element, but I said elephant, which kind of fits. The elephant in the room is spin. It's cosmic fog. It's gaslighting. It's lies. This new moon comes with the need to adjust our thinking, adjust our information sources because of untruths, lies, or on a more positive end, higher guidance. And it also comes with the requirement that we adjust our actions. Mercury is in a quincunx or adjustment aspect with Neptune, keeper of the cosmic fog machine, and by the weekend, the Sun is in an adjustment aspect with Mars, retrograde Mars, ruler of our drive. Put this all together and we have amazing mental manifesting energy on tap. The question is, are we deluding ourselves? Are we being affected by someone else's delusional thinking or spinning of the truth or outright disregard for the truth? And in the midst of all of this, we probably have to tweak the way we're going about things. So the trajectory of the week is streamlining some aspect of our relationship to ourselves, streamlining and empowering some aspect of ourselves, breaking free of a situation, experiencing a sense of liberation and breakthrough having to do with desires, values, relationships, money, creativity, and then going into mental and information overdrive, which requires us to make choices about whether something is true or loving or not, and make choices about how we're going to actually implement all of this. This Virgo new moon is a profoundly important time. In the midst of chaos, we have energies that help clarify and focus our minds. We have energies that help clarify and streamline and focus and declutter our information sources. We have energies that give us something for our minds to do during the kind of time out feeling that we're all still experiencing. And all of it puts us in a laboratory of manifesting. Now, I do not mean standing in front of a shop window and staring at a necklace on a mannequin and then the necklace magically appearing around your neck. Not that. We are in a laboratory that will demonstrate to us how what our minds do directly relates to what we experience in the world. Here's an example from my own life you can keep in mind as this new moon plays out. I had a roommate in my 20s who had an erratic track record with our arrangement for dealing with staples in the apartment, which was we would keep a running list and we would take turns replacing items when they ran out. I was out of town one weekend, and a good hour to an hour and a half before I made it back into town, I started thinking about all the things she didn't do, and I got more and more and more and more angry. When I got home, she was having a bunch of people over. I went into the bathroom. There was no toilet paper. She had found a box of Kleenex, but she hadn't bothered to go to the store to get toilet paper, and I blew up. Our friendship was never the same. But the fact that I had been fixating on it for that long pretty much ensured what was going to happen. Keep that in mind this week and next week, because the reverse is also possible and probable. Homing thought of the week, focus. Song of the week by a Virgo, Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. And the image of the week is brushing cobwebs out of your path. You'll learn more about all of this in my forecast for the Virgo new moon, which will be up at my site before Monday the 14th at empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. Also, if you'd like to understand more of what Mars is up to this fall, you can do that in my talk, Action Figures. There is Lively discussion on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. Lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I'm really grateful to the people who are supporting my work there. Whatever I feel like posting on Instagram at @KABiehl, and all kinds of things on YouTube at The Professional Aquarian Channel. Talk to you next week.